Hi class, this is Mary. Hope everybody's doing well. For this video, I have decided to look at a common problem that occurs in the nursing home setting. Many times as a social worker in a nursing home, I become more of a social worker to the family members as opposed to the residents at the nursing home. And this can commonly occur with things such as when somebody, like I'm going to present in this video, is somebody who really doesn't understand their parent or loved one that has a diagnosis of dementia. There's been numerous times where I've had discussions with family about how the process of dementia is, what happens with people, what is the best way to handle that when you come to visit them, what is the best way to answer them when they start asking you questions, things like that. And just the overall frustration of having a parent who no longer really knows who you are. So I hope that, this kind of gives an idea of what happens in those situations. And like I said, it happens a lot where, even though you're there working in the nursing home and you think that you're there for the residents, there's many times when the families come to you for advice and some guidance on things. So, again, this is going to be a story about Mr. Jones, played again by my husband, Nick, and he is a frustrated family member who is here to discuss his problems with his father, who has a diagnosis of dementia. Thank you. Hi, Mr. Jones. I'm Mary, your father's social worker here at the nursing home. I got a message that you wanted to see me.
Yes, thank you. I am having a real hard time with my father when I come to visit him. Can you help me?
Can you tell me what's happening?
He just gets hostile and angry when I am here.
Is there anything happening that causes him to become angry?
Well, first off, he is always saying to me, "Where have you been? I haven't seen you for weeks." I tell him I just got here the other day and I visit just about every day, but he doesn't believe me.
Well, your father does have a diagnosis of dementia, and it is very likely that he doesn't remember that you were just here the other day.
I know, but I feel like he is doing this to get under my skin.
Well, you do need to know that it's the dementia that's causing it, and he's not trying to annoy you.
But why does he keep asking me where my mother is, and when I'm here, she passed away a year ago, and I keep telling him that, and he cries and gets upset.
Again, this is part of the dementia. He doesn't remember that she passed away. What starts to happen when you tell him that she passed away?
But he starts to cry and starts saying he wants to be with her, and I just can't handle it.
He continues to relive the grieving process every time you tell him that she passed away. He doesn't remember that she passed away a year ago. So, have you ever thought of maybe just trying to say to him, "Look, Dad, she's not here right now. She'll be in later"?
But isn't that lying?
No, not really, because I've heard a term that people have even used here at the facility called therapeutic lying, which is kind of like you're assuring him that you're making sure that he doesn't relive these stressful moments in his life, because he's thinking that your mom just passed away. He doesn't realize that she passed away a year ago.
And then there's times he insists my daughter is my sister, and he calls her the wrong name, no matter how many times I correct him.
I understand how frustrating your visits can be, and it's very difficult when you have a loved one who is experiencing the advancing stages of dementia. Let me ask you this. If a miracle happened and the barrier of dementia was taken away from your father, how would that make you feel?
I would be the happiest person. I know that's never going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen, and more than likely, his dementia is only going to get worse. So how about this question? What if a miracle were to occur and despite the barrier of dementia, you were able to have more enjoyable visits with your father? Are you willing to try to do that?
Such as?
Let me think for a second. Would you be willing to join him in the reality that he is experiencing?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. What happens every single time you try to take him from his reality into your reality? What happens?
He gets angry.
Exactly. So maybe it would be better to, try to do things a different way. Like seeing things through his eyes and putting yourself into his position and seeing how it's very difficult for him, and nothing's going to change. The dementia's only going to get worse. I have heard of studies where it's better for the person, for you, to go into the person who has dementia into their world instead of trying to force them to come into your world.
Well, I'll try to see how it goes.
Okay. I mean, like I said, we used to do it here at the facility where we would try to not really argue with people, but try to do like a reality with them and saying, like, if they think it's Christmas and you sit there and say to them, no, it's not Christmas, and all you do is cause an argument. So sometimes, like I said, it's better just to become part of their world instead of you forcing them to become part of your world. Have you ever attended one of our support groups here at the facility? We have them once a month, and you can talk with other family members that are probably dealing with the same exact issues that you're dealing with, and they can kind of be a support system to you.
No, I haven't, but I'm interested.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. What I can do is I can get the schedule together for you for the next couple months to let you know when they are. I think they're usually the first or the second Thursday of each month. So, I'll get that scheduled for you together, and then we can see about you trying that out. And just to assure you also, anytime at all, if you are here visiting with your father, you have any issues, any problems, feel free to come to me, and I would be more than willing to help you.
Well, I thank you, and you helped me a lot about this.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.